people. This is far below the norm. I'm painting all this picture to you, ladies and gentlemen, so that when we start to talk on what must we do, what type of investment is required in order to ensure that as a country there can be access to healthcare services. What can we do as a country so that there can be universal health coverage? You will then recall the figures that I've just given you. Because out of that 280,000, not all of those nurses are practicing. Those are simply nurses that are registered, nurses that are on the register of the council. Some of these people might be retired, some of them might be abroad, but they kept their names on the register. So the shortage might be far more than what I've just indicated. The global nursing shortage calls for investment in nursing for the world to achieve universal health care. Achieving UHC, as it's called, will depend on the availability of adequate numbers of well-trained and educated nursing workforce. Not just numbers. It should be numbers of people who are skilled, competent, and well-trained. And over and above that, it will require that for us to retain those resources, they must be well remunerated and well recognized. The investment in nursing must be aimed at reducing understaffing, because it has been documented. Research shows very well that where there's understaffing, there's burnout. And when there's burnout, people won't be able to deliver the way they are expected to. Richard Benson has said, if you want your company to deliver, make sure that you take care of your employees. It means that when your employees are happy, they are going to show that smile to their clients. That is what Richard Benson has alluded to. So this is something that we are also striving for. This must actually include real action to address workplace safety, protect nurses, and safeguard their physical and mental health. We have seen with COVID that despite being physically ill, it also has impact on us mentally. Therefore, there must be concerted effort to deal with that. In our own country, which is ravaged by high incidence of gender-based violence, we have witnessed how nurses, who by majority are women, are faced daily with violence either in public transport, at their homes, and also at their workplace. We have all seen recent acts of violence against nurses, wherein nurses are either assaulted or shot at work. The recent example might be what we might have seen in the news when one nurse was shot in one hospital in Gauteng. These things is happening. This is not an isolated incident. Despite physical violence, we have also witnessed how nurses are mentally abused by patients, and some are depressed due to workplace bullying. This is the time we must collectively stop this, and we must ensure that there's adequate security and support to those who are affected. Support either in terms of EAP, which we as a department, we can indicate that the services of our employee health and wellness program are available, so we will encourage employees to really partake on that. Program Director, let me also take this opportunity to commend one of our nurses at New Somerset Hospital. I'm quite pleased that the matron, the manager of New Somerset Hospital is here with us to hear this. We really want to commend one of our nurses at New Somerset Hospital, Sister Seal, for her bravery and passion who, despite threatening situation, she put the safety of her patient first. She lived the ethos and values of the profession. Can we give her a big round of applause? Noted, noted. But you can see that she has received quite an attention and province as a department and the province up to the premier. We have not taken her action lightly. We are really proud of having staff of her caliber within our workforce. This incident shows how we as nurses are exposed to violence and threatening situations in our workplaces, which calls for investment in safety and security of nurses and necessary counseling to be provided to staff, which is exactly what we are doing at New Somerset. Again, this is not an isolated incident. As you will recall, of facilities which were closed due to gun violence. And again, it calls for a whole society approach. It also calls for the whole department approach, because for us to deal with this situation, we can't alone as a department. We need police to do their part, we need Department of Social Services to do their part, and we need everyone to do their part. Because without doing that, without having that investment on safety and security of nursing staff, our health services will suffer. What else can be done in terms of investing on nursing and protecting the rights of nurses? It is important to note that if we are to have adequate workforce, we need to invest on nurse training. Earlier on, I've alluded to the fact that in this country from 2015, the training output has been severely affected simply because of the accreditation processes of the new nursing programs. You are aware that from 2015, we have not been training certain categories of nursing, for instance, your ENAs. You are aware that from 2020 up to 2019 up to now, we have not been training the post-basic programs. All those have significant impact on the quality of services we must provide, and also on the ability of the existing workforce to render the care which is expected. It is in that context that as a province, we are working tirelessly to make sure that all these programs are accredited, and we can share it with you today that all the programs we have submitted to Council, South African Nursing Council, has been accredited for now. And these programs, I'm talking of your higher certificate of nursing leading to registration as an auxiliary nurse. I'm talking of the 3-year diploma in nursing leading to registration as a general nurse. I'm talking to advanced diploma in midwifery leading to registration as a midwife, your 4-year bachelor's degree leading to registration as a professional nurse and midwife, and of course 7 postgraduate diploma programs. The only last challenge, which we hope before the end of the year will be resolved, is to get the final accreditation by the Council on Higher Education. Because as the province, we have invested on this program. We are putting up a plan on how nurses in this province will be trained going forward. Because we have realized without trained nurses, there's no way that we'll be able to achieve the goals of the department, to achieve the ultimate aim of universal health coverage. It is for that reason, ladies and gentlemen, that as a department, we are also providing study by assignment. We are also providing relief posts. They may not be adequate, but I can tell you we are the only province that come up with a relief post measure, where if the institution is sending 3, we also give you 3 posts to, as relief, so that we can make training easier. And over and above that, we are also providing bursaries. It is also important to note that with a 3-year diploma in nursing, as we are talking to you now, if you go to our website, you will find that we have opened now for new applications for 2023, and it will be closing in September. So I'm just trying to demonstrate to you how, as a department, we are trying to respond to this global need of investing on nursing and making sure that they are trained working resources. We are also aware that investing in nursing means far more than that. We are well aware that because nurses work shifts, what difficulties you have commuting to work every day in the morning and in the evening. So those are some of the things that needs to be looked at the national level and at the other platform, so that we are able to make sure that nurses, by nature of their work, they are able to commute safely to and from work. Governments across the globe must invest on improving the socio-economic status of nurses and remunerate the nurses based on their qualifications and the importance of the work they do. I'm saying this simply because we are aware that there's currently a lot of concerns with OSD. And I think as an organized labor, you are also aware of the need to review this provision of OSD so that all the other loopholes can be dealt with. Because if we do not put mechanism which will ensure retention and retainment, recruitment and retention of these resources, we will always have a challenge of nurses continue to migrate to the other countries. Program Director, as I move towards conclusion, I would like to indicate that nursing is the only solution to address the world-growing healthcare needs. Investment in nursing workforce means we can restore, transform, and strengthen the health system to ensure health equity. By investing in nursing and respecting the rights, we can build a stronger, more resilient, competent, and satisfied nursing workforce to meet the challenges that we are currently facing. And these challenges are going to continue, ladies and gentlemen. As we know now, with the climate change on us, there is a lot of other health-related challenges that will come on our side due to climate change. If there is one thing we should learn from COVID-19 pandemic, it is that nurses remain with patients when everyone else was staying at home. It's only you, as nurses, who continue to carry the Florence Nightingale lamp. You remain the eyes of the blind, the ears of the deaf, the voice of the voiceless, arms and limbs of the unconscious and the vulnerable. Even when facing your own death, you confronted your own fears and put the lives of patients before your own and that of your family. You upheld the ethos of the profession and not allowing anything to come between you and your patient. We really commend you. We are all proud and honored to have men and women of your caliber. We salute you. Enkosi.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the doctor an awesome round of applause.
Yes. Amandla! Comrades, nurses, leaders, we know that, or we note that there's no representative from the Department of Health. So the only person that we can talk to and engage with is Mr. Mabuda. So as Acting Provincial Secretary, we must be clear in terms of what our voice is. The first question that we as a DENOSA is asking, what was the intake for nursing assistants and staff nurses for this year, or what is the intention for next year? We are saying as a DENOSA that those workers within the system must get an opportunity to qualify themselves to become a professional nurse. And that is one of our demands to the Department of Health. Secondly, as a DENOSA, as a nurse, there can never be a flat structure, or there's only operational manager nursing, deputy nursing manager. There can never be such a situation when the department is saying that the nurse is the backbone. So we are demanding as the DENOSA that the director post be restored so that nurses can answer to a nurse. We are not answering to a social worker. We are not answering to a doctor. We don't want to stop there. We don't want to stop there, Mr. Mabuda. What we are saying as the DENOSA, you cannot have the head of the department or the deputy of the department only to be medical doctors. As the DENOSA, we are demanding that a chief nurse be taken one of those positions. That is our demand, because as the International Nurses Day, we talk about leadership. At what point can a doctor lead a nurse? There's a problem in the Department of Health. And we are asking that attention be given to that situation. We demand a chief nurse. We want to be led by nurses, not by other categories. They don't understand. They never work 12 hours. They never work that. It's the nurses that does that. And this is not war. We have to bring it to Mr. Mabuda. He's the only one from the department. Then we want to be, in terms of practice, as Comrade Malvin said, nurses needs a decent salary, Comrade Malvin. You shall find at the lowest level where doctors don't belong that they earn about 1.5 million, a specialist, to see 7 patients. That positions, that salary should be going to the nurses, because primary healthcare is nurse-driven. You shall note that no doctor trained nurses. No doctor, they have been trained by nurses, by Mr. Mabuda's division. But do you know that for me to prescribe at primary healthcare level, the doctor must authorize me? At what point did they become nurses? So we are asking Mr. Mabuda, let us restore this profession. As DENOSA, we are asking that you apply your mind, get your nurse managers, that your demand is our demand. We want to be led by nurses, not by other people. Amandla!
That is a strong leader. Wow. You are fortunate to have such a bold man like that representing you. You should salute him right now. They will say in Afrikaans, they say, we don't want a papbroek leader. A papbroek meaning somebody that don't have a backbone. You must be able to speak on behalf of the people, the nurses with a backbone. So we salute you, Yaku. Thank you very, very much for standing on behalf of everybody here. At this point in time, can we have a song? Can we have a song? After the demands, we want to show that it's not war. It's not war. Doctor, it's not war. It's only a demand. Huh? I like that. It's not war. It's only a demand. I'm going to call on my daughter, Shanae. Let's give Shanae a round of applause. She's going to do a song for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Shanae, 20 years old, and all thanks to nurses like you. In 2020, on the 13th of March, when she was doing a matric year, we went to the shop in Shoprite Cravenby, and it was 8 o'clock the evening. Just before the shop closed, we came out, and there was two gangsters that was drugged on tick. And they came and they stabbed the car's wheels flat, and then the security closed ShopRite's gate for the safety of us inside. And then the gangsters started throwing bricks over the wall, over the fence. And one of the bricks hit the floor, and she was sitting in the car at the back looking out by the window, and one of the bricks hit the window, hit the back of her head, and the splints hit her eye. She was totally blind in this eye, her left eye. She went 2020, she had 3 major operations at Tygerberg Hospital. After the first operation, they said that's all they can do. But the doctor that helped her fell so in love with her that when a specialist from Germany came over, they called her in for a second operation. And then a third operation. She gained back 30% of the sight in this eye already. But God knew why. Because at the moment, her job is working with the eyes. At the moment, she started her own film company, and she is the senior editor on the new White Lies movie coming out, and she's directing other people saying, this is how the visual must look, this is how I want it, this is what I need. And she's doing all of that, all thanks to nurses that took care of her, doctors that made sure she gained another opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, Shanae Pinar.
Come on now, you guys. We can't sit like this. Come, stand up. Come on. Clap your hands. Hey, hey. 'Cause sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. Hey. And I think of all the things that you're doing. And in my head I paint a picture. 'Cause since I come home, well, my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Hey, I want you to come on over. Stop making a fool out of me. Why won't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. Did you have to go to jail? But your house so on sale. Did you get anywhere. Change the color of your hair. Are you still busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you was dying all the time? Are you still busy? Yeah. Come on now. Since I come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the border. Hey, and I think of all the things that you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. But since I come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. 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 Come on, Valerie. Valerie. Thank you.
Okay, that was the daughter. Stay standing, stay standing. This is the father. Here we go. Come on. Put your hands in there. Something like this. I say. You don't know some man. Are you ready for this, man? Hey, don't know some man. Come on, come on. Put your hands in the air. Wave it like this, man. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. The nose is on fire. Let me take you higher. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Lovely nurses. Ooh, the nurses feeling hot, hot, hot. Come on, my sister, yeah. Have no fear when Ashley's here. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, I'm the sing the song. I did a bum, bum, bum. I did a woo, making me hot. Ole, ole. Let me hear you sing with me, come on. Ole, ole, ole. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Here we go, come on. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Here we go. Ole, ole. Ole, 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 ole. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Woo! Feeling hot, hot, hot. They burning candles, all in memory, feeling hot, hot, hot. Come on, my brother, how are you doing? Feeling hot, hot, hot. Come on a day like this, party people are everywhere. I say, come on, 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 come on. I did pum pum pum. I did pum pum pum. Here we go one time. Sing with me. Ole, ole, ole. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. There we go. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Here we go. Come on, wave your hands in the air. Something like this. Ole, 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 ole. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot. Here we go. Everybody else, you put your hands in the air. I'm gonna say, how you feeling? You say hot, hot, hot. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? Woo! Did you enjoy that? Viva hot, hot, hot. Wow. And this is all part of and parcel what we did now, where you moved. It's actually on the music. It's keeping fit. It's part of healthcare. No? Ole, hot, hot, hot. Huh? Healthcare. There we go. Right. Sure. DENOSA maak 'n man moeg. You make a person moeg, man. Right. And I really enjoyed the table in front. They were on the ball here. The gentleman on my far side was, he became a film man because he stood with a camera and he started making a movie. Wow. So it's hidden talent. Right, at this point in time, we are going to, for a word of encouragement, that is the NOB, a leader. This is the lady in charge. Okay, so we're going to call on a leader, Portland. Where is she? It's nogal a leader that was singing hot, hot, hot. Wow. Let's give her an awesome round of applause. The perfect song for her coming on stage. Wow.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is afternoon, everybody. All protocol observed. I want to greet the leadership here today of DENOSA Western Cape. Greetings come from the leadership, the national office bearers, as they would love to be here today. But unfortunately, the program is so heavy that they have. If I am done here, I have to go to Pretoria still this afternoon. So the program is very, very heavy. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to greet you and I want to say to the nurses of the Western Cape, you are awesome. You look beautiful today. And as the national office bearer and the person in charge of the monies, I want to say you must enjoy yourself. Now, Ashley, I also have a revolutionary song which I love, and that is called My Ma. There was a kitchen girl, my father was a garden boy. That's why I'm a comrade, I'm a comrade, I'm a comrade. My mother was a kitchen girl, my father was a garden boy. That's why a comrade. My mother was a kitchen girl. My father was a garden boy. That's why I'm a comrade. I'm a comrade. I'm a comrade. Amandla! Amandla! Viva DENOSA, viva!
Viva!
Viva DENOSA, viva!
Viva!
Forward to the nurses, forward!
Forward.
Forward to the nurses, forward!
Forward.
Pambili with no increase. Pambili! At this stage, I want to say thank you to all the speakers. They have spoken to the theme of 2022. Yes, it is indeed that the value of nurses has never been clearer than ever before. Nor could it be any clearer that not enough has been done for nurses. Not enough has been done to protect nurses and other healthcare workers. It is tragically unscored by the many losses of nurses due to the pandemic. It is clear one of the greatest threats, that shortage of nurses, and we've heard the South Africa has got a deficit of nurses of 44,700. We've heard that. And we took note of that. Government is not giving enough attention to the needs of nurses. They are not doing enough. It has become more pressing, and I think one of the speakers said, it is now the pressing time that we should overcome the period of the COVID to invest in nursing and to prioritize the safety of the healthcare workers. Mr. Mabuda, I hope you took note of what the previous speaker has mentioned, the provincial secretary. And I think it's about time that we should become united in our force against fighting for our rights. So united we must be. Nurses have suffered tremendously. I can agree. I was part of that. We suffered tremendously through the pandemic. They have been unnecessarily exposed to the virus. They were faced with attacks from the public, suffered from extreme workloads, and continue to be underpaid and undervalued. There is no health without a healthy workforce, Mr. Mabuda. And there's no health without a healthy nurse. There's no health in our country. Nurses want to be treated and be valued. In closing, nurses, my plea from the national office is that there's no you and I. There is no you and I without the T and the Y. And what does it spell? Unity. There's no you and there's no I without the T and the Y. The plea is today that come, let's join hands together against what is currently happening in the government. I thank you.
Wow, can we give her an awesome round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Can you put it louder?
My father, my mother, that's why. Oh, my father, my
Hey, I miss the toy man. Hey!
that's why.
Sure. You know, at the moment, after that was sung, it just brings back memories. Guys, I can do all the jumping and everything, but next year, I'll be 50 years old. 50. Next year. So I know in the 80s, when I was at Bella High, we were burning tires in the road. That's the time with Ashery Kriel and everything. Then the Caspers used to come in. Hey, they used to rubber bullet us. Hey, people got shot for real. And that is why when I experience the freedom that we have today, I appreciate the freedom. I look at every day how many people are after the struggle have arrived and they know nothing about how many people died for the freedom we have today. And if you only experienced it, will you know where all this demands, where all these things that we are crying out still for today is coming from. If it wasn't for people, Sharpeville, if it wasn't for youth that took to the street and said, we prepared to put our lives on the line for generations to come. Today, I have my friends, my Xhosa friends, and I speak to them, and when I speak to them, they are the new generation. They even ashamed of saying, I must ask, what is your name? Oh, my name is Patience. Oh, is that your name on your ID? No. So why don't you use your real name? Oh, Patience is easy. Then I say, if you pray, right, and you don't use your right name, your prayer won't be answered because the ancestors don't know patience. That's why you're suffering, because you're running away. You don't want to teta your own language. You only talk, if you say, hey, do you speak Xhosa? I say a little bit. But your father was a chief. How? Stop running away from our heritage, because where we come from is going to set us up for where we're going. And if you don't go prepared, you're going to run in a brick wall. Okay? I'm really, sorry, it's just a song, but you will never know what it loosens up. You know? I'm really, really excited, man. I'm also excited to let you know that we have our former provincial chair here, Barbara Reiters. She's also here with us today. And Barbara, we just want just to recognize you. So we're going to ask Barbara just to come to the front just swiftly and just greet everybody, because this lady is a woman of steel. An honorable woman that we need to salute and recognize. I thank God for strong women leadership. Can we all stand and salute Ms. Reiters honorably?
Amandla. Viva DENOSA, viva! Viva DENOSA, viva! Viva COSATU, viva! The National Office Bearers, Provincial Office Bearers, PEC, regional leaders, local leaders, the nurses from the different institutions, shop stewards, the Department of Health, COSATU, PSCBC, DENOSA, our stakeholders, and all other visitors and dignitaries, good afternoon. Comrades, it's an amazing honor and a privilege for me to be here today to spend this day in celebration of the birth of nursing with you. As much as I'm supposed to be greeting you, I just want to say something for 5 minutes. We know that the birth of nursing was through Florence Nightingale. This profession is approximately more than 200 or almost 200 years old. But because she's been the pioneer, nursing could progress into an ultimate profession, a profession of note. And yearly, we come together as the nurses of the world to celebrate that. We can never also forget that in becoming a profession, we have gained our own autonomy, our own professional autonomy. We are actually faced with a challenge that autonomy can be ripped off or is in the process of being ripped off from us. ICN is informing us that we have a voice. ICN is telling us, nurses, a voice to lead. Every year when they say, for the last couple of years, nurses, a voice to lead, I always ask myself the question, do we hear what the ICN is the International Council of Nurses, do we hear what they're asking us? They are asking us, are we using our voices to lead? Our professional autonomy is being challenged. You've already heard, as a profession, we are being ripped off. You don't have a directorate in this province. Your responsibility is, like your acting provincial secretary have said, like the NOB have said, your responsibility is that you will go out as from here on. We cannot only look at the bread and butter issues. When somebody is trampling on our profession, we are coming together today to celebrate our profession. We want to make sure that when we walk out of here in the year 30, there will still be a profession. But if we disregard the autonomy of our profession, then we will have no profession left for the future. Therefore, we must make sure that we fight for that directorate. We strengthen ourselves, we use our voices without fear or favor. We cannot be afraid when we shop stewards. We cannot be afraid when we nurses. We're the biggest stakeholders in health. That is why ICN is telling us, nurses, a voice to lead. So we cannot be afraid. It's also saying, what is the rest of the theme for the ICN for this year? Invest in nursing, respect their rights, and for something about global, for a global social workforce. Invest in nursing, respect their rights. We always hear that we have to respect our patients, which is right, communities, which is right. We must enforce respect for our profession. Nurses don't know their scope of practice, and we allow others to trample on the scope of practice of nursing. Nurses, go back today, go study your scope of practice. You cannot allow another health professional to tell you what your scope of practice are. You cannot allow another health professional telling you that you're not allowed to write out, even though you've studied pharmacy like everybody else, but you're not allowed to write out Schedule 1 to Schedule 5 drugs. You cannot allow it. And then you stand back and allow that to happen. If you have not had the qualification, it's fine. But comrades, please, let us as nurses stand together. Let us as nurses protect this profession and the autonomy of our profession and us as professionals, because we are. We cannot stand back for anybody else. The doctor is a professional on his own. The pharmacist is a professional on his own. The nurse is a professional on her own. You're standing on your own 2 feet. Show it out there. Don't be afraid. Stop being fearful. Go out and let your voices be heard. You make sure that you follow the legislative framework. It cannot be that you trample on it now, because you're allowing the department and whoever else to trample on it. When you do what they say is what you are supposed to do, past your legislative framework, it means you're allowing other professionals to and non-professionals, because other people in the Department of Health are non-professionals. It means you're allowing them to trample on your profession because you're agreeing with them instead of what your legislative frameworks are telling you. So as the DENOSA, there's much work that needs to be done. We need to look at these issues. It has become a serious contention. And therefore I'm asking, use your voices without fear, without favor. Happy International Nurses Day.
I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, sexy thing. I believe in miracles. So you came along. You sexy thing. Oh, yeah. Where did you come from, baby?
Wow. She still has the package. You get DSTV. Some people get married, and their relationship end up to be a half package. You see, like DSTV, you get the full package, you get the half package, then you get the 100 Rand package. Only 3 channels, 4 channels. Some people's relationships is like that. Only 4 channels. No romance. No kissing, nothing. It's only 1 channel, 2 channels. But I can tell you, when it comes to standing up for what is right and having dignity as a leader, this woman that spoke now is the full package. Let's salute her and give her honorable round of applause. Once a leader, always a leader. Shoo. I'm heavy, young. Right, now I'm going to quickly call on Right, so before I call the next leader on to speak, I just wanted to give you guys a taste of the movie that I am directing and I wrote, to give you an idea of what I did. I was sick and tired of our communities being depicted, our Khoisan communities being depicted as gangsters all the time. This with the chappies on, all the graffiti, you know? Yeah, the whole newspaper is here on the neck, everything. No? So I got fed up of them always just, "Hos pakamisa, hos ravis pakamisa, so vis rakbamisa." I don't want our people only to be depicted like that. And I wanted to send a message out that the people that you see there in the community, they are on the ground, on ground level. But the real guys that are running the operations, not just in Cape Town or South Africa, they are the kingpins. They are the guys that assassinate head of police. They are the main high flyers, and they don't have chappies. They're the guys that donate to the church, run the whole rugby and soccer association. Those guys come out and they will have tea, they will give donations, you will love them. Then they steal your daughter and she ends up on the black market in a different country. And you cry for the rest of your life. So we want to expose white-collar crime instead of the local small-time people here in the community. So that is what it's all about. So while they're just getting preparing, because I'm going to show you the teaser in a few minutes, the trailer, okay, so that you can have a taste of what it's all about and what's to come, right? For my Xhosa, Sotho brothers and sisters, the trailer that's going to play, okay, some of it is Afrikaans, okay? So when you hear it's Afrikaans, try to just relate, because I've got another trailer where it's just English for you. But we're just putting that, it's more work, that's why it's not finished. The Afrikaans one was easy. But for you, it's preparation. So we've got another one, okay, that is going to come later. For now, while they're just preparing, I'm going to call on the student leader, that is Kolisi Change. Is it Changa or Change? There we go. Kolisi is the student nurses leader. I think you can give him a better round of applause. Such a handsome, well-dressed man. Ladies and gentlemen, Kolisi. Woo! Kolisi, Let's give him another honorable round of applause.
Greetings, everyone. Let me just open this. My name is Mkolisi Shange. Today we are gathered here to celebrate one of the most selfless, underpaid, unrecognized, and abused profession. This day is to celebrate the existence of the lifesavers who put communities and patients' well-being first before theirs. We would also like to thank you for continuing with assisting us as students in the place of training when we go to placement, and continue being our parents when we get there, and also our teachers. I would also like to recognize your hard work and dedication in saving our communities. This one will hurt a bit. To our government officials present, we would like not to be only celebrated as heroes, but we would also like to be paid as heroes. We would also like, as students, nurses, in the Western Cape, to thank DENOSA in making sure that our plight and our matters are well attended to when we call them. Secondary to that, I would like all of us to enjoy this beautiful day and enjoy your Nurses Day as nurses today. As we know, tomorrow we are going back to our as we know that tomorrow we are going back to our overcrowded wards with less staff, but we have a number of post-community service nurses that are not employed. It is a fight that we still need to champion as nurses and as DENOSA as we continue going forward. We are saying, enjoy your day, especially today, because firstly, before I go forward, I wanted to say Happy Africa Day, which was celebrated yesterday. I see some people are here in their African traditional colors, and I wanted to say Happy Africa Day to them and to everyone who's here. As students, we are faced with many challenges, but with the assistance of DENOSA and also with the assistance of each and every one of you, we want to make sure that we know that we will be taken care of in either placement and also in the wards and clinics when we go there. We'd like you guys to please continue being our teachers more than anything. Enjoy your day. We are DENOSA, we care and we share. Thank you so much.
This is the remix. This is the remix.
I think we can salute him for being a well put together young man.
Check this out.
This song we are going to make in Afrikaans or in English also very soon. But it's called Dingetjie met jou lekker vingertjie. Ouchie, met jou lekker boutjie. Okay, let me just interpret for them. I'm gonna interpret for you. It says Ouchie, they played it for the leader. Kolise. That song was for you. They played that song for you. It's a Ouchie met die lekker boutjie. In English it is that guy with the nice thighs.
Let's mark a date.
Huh? The girl is saying, hey, Ouchie, met die lekker. Yes, she say, look here. Met die lekker boutjie, jy dingetjie. Huh? Met die lekker vingertjie. Ouchie, met die lekker boutjie, yeah. Huh? Okay, let me say, the second part is dingetjie. They say dingetjie met die lekker vingertjie, meaning you, Kolise, with the nice fingers. I don't know what your fingers do, my friend, but
No JDB.
but apparently you got nice fingers, eh? Woo! Exciting times, exciting times. Are we ready with the visual? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. And now I give to you the trailer of White Lies. Okay, just color.
Wie is dit, Dion? Sy is binnekort agter tralies. Van 'n ou soos sy, wat die nie op buitekant visie.
Dion, wat hoor ek by die detective? Wat gaan jou aan? Wat gaan my kop van jou aan? Pa, hoekom het almal 'n probleem met my besigheid? Hulle is jaloes. My huis, my geld, my kinders en my fucking vrou. Maar jy weet toch wat reg en verkeerd is, net Dion? Ek is 'n besigheidsman. En alles wat ek doen is above board. Ek het vir jou geld gegee om 'n nuwe lewe te begin. 'n Legitimate business. Maar nee, wat doen jy?
Die wat vir drugs. Vir 'n vroumense op die black market, hè?
En cheers.
Van my af, of is dit data? Liefde en respek moet altyd jou beste vriend wees.
Okay? So you can go online. You can get the trailer online as well. Yeah, just for time, we thought we're going to have the audio ready, but it was decided that we are going to play it, so we played it, but the sound was we don't have time to check that out now. But maybe later when everybody's relaxed, we see if we can get that right and we play it properly for you. Okay? But for now, ladies and gentlemen, wow. Let's firstly just salute all the leaders that was on the platform today. Let's give all from COSATU right through to the NOB, everybody that came to the fund, our provincial chairpersons as well. Let's give them all an honorable round of applause. And we cannot forget Yaku's speech as well. Let's give him an honorable round of applause as well. The war has just begun. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call on Tamar McFarlane. Tamar McFarlane, who's coming on and doing the recognition speech. Let's give an honorable round of applause. With a mahogany red hair today.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tamar McFarlane. I'm currently the branch chairperson of DENOSA at New Somerset Hospital. Our task this afternoon is to give recognition to our colleagues at the New Somerset Hospital for the event that took place, the incident that took place at our hospital. Firstly, I would like to welcome our head of nursing, Ms. Salama Pasadine, and then the three ladies that was our heroines, Sister Diane Seal, Sister Olin Olsen, and Sister Vanessa van Wyk. Can we give them a round of applause? As everyone is aware of the event that happened at the New Somerset Hospital, but thanks to these ladies, they were able to ensure that no further bad events took place. I'm handing over to Ms. Pasadine.
Good afternoon to everybody and greetings from Somerset Hospital. Today, I didn't prepare anything because I normally don't prepare. I speak from the heart. All right, but I just want to tell you briefly about the experience that we as Somerset nurses, and I want to echo what most of the speakers were talking about, the safety of the workers. All right? It was an unfortunate incident that happened, but if I can recall, I was at home, and I got a call that
my manager, Sister Diane Celia, is being kept hostage. The first thing that went through my mind is, I need to get to the hospital. When I got there, people, it is a scene that nobody wants to relive, right? For all my 30 years plus in nursing, I always thought the hospital is the second home from home, right? It is where we come as a family away from our family. And the safety and the comfort, just being around one another. But that night, you know, if I must tell you what, when I saw the scene, when I saw the nurses, I had no words. I had no words. Sister Seal was in the office with the nurses. The incident already took place when I got there, but the scene was horrific. And I was looking at what the gentleman was showing, and I'm going to go into that video because I want to see, because the scene was so horrific that nobody that hasn't been there wouldn't be able to even visualize what the scene was like. And if you look at nursing, you always look at corridors that are shining and things like that. But that night, it was a different scene. Right? When I got there, and what got to me is that, and I still feel guilty every day, because I'm the leader who believes in visible leadership. And I instill this in the managers that with me. If there is a problem at ward level, I don't need you in the office. You go there, you go support the nurses. And that is exactly what Sister Seal has done, walking into a gun, right? Now today, I'm questioning myself, and I thought to myself, if something should have happened to Sister Diane, was it because of the visible leadership that I instilled in these people? Then I said, okay, it could have been so different. But I'm going to continue with the visible leadership because our nurses need us at the coalface. It's no use you sitting in an office and they are struggling. So, but I just want to tell you, we are still coming to terms of what has happened. And the nurses are slowly but surely, you know, coming to work. But I can tell you one thing about the group at Somerset Hospital. There was only one nurse who took off sick. The other people endured it. They came on duty. And even Sister Seal, I came in a tracksuit and I said to her and Sister Van Wyk, I'll take the night shift. You people can go home. I'll do it. But they said, no, we'll be okay. And I said no, and I left quite late that night. But the next morning we followed up, the next morning I was there again, and things like that, and we still they were still strong. But I'm worried, because along the line they're going to get post-traumatic stress and things like that. And Sister Diane Seal, I'm very concerned about her because she's nearing retirement age. So what is going to happen when she's not there? Who's going to support her? Family can support you, but I think in this instance, colleagues are more important in the supporting role. So without further ado, I just want to also tell you the nurses that were on ward level. When I stepped into the ward, the faces that I saw, I've never experienced in my life. They were speechless, their eyes were just so big. And it was actually just staring at me, and they wanted to know. And the feeling I got is that they just wanted to know, Sister, what now? What now? All I could do is that I said, we'll be okay, you know, and things like that. But Sister Seal, I don't want to take anything away from her. She really, really was the hero of that night, because I don't think if anybody was in her shoes, maybe would have turned around. It could have been the end of her, all right? But she went, and as they say, the ethos of nursing came through very clear, very clear. And then after that, Sister Seal was still standing strong, and I can only be proud of my Sister Seal, but the rest of the team as well. Sister Van Heerden, she as well. Very proud. We are like a family and we stand together no matter what. And we don't get along every day, but it's nothing personal. It's work, all right? And we are family. So without further ado, this is the lady of the moment. And I would like you, come stand closer. Okay, this is the, wait, the lady of the moment who saved the day, who has saved most probably more lives than ever, because I cannot describe you the scene, but if you should see the footage, it was like a horror movie. So without further ado, this is Sister Seal for you.
First and foremost, I'd like just to thank this invitation that's been extended to us at Somerset and the fanfare that's going with it. All I can say is that with the grace of God, we're standing here today. There was definitely divine intervention. And like we always speak about unity, strength. These are the people that ran the hospital while I was busy with our patient. So work went on behind the scenes. So it's not only Sister Seal, it was a team that did that. And I thank you.
Thank you, Sister Seal. I would like you, Sister Olsen and Sister Van Wyk to remain on the stage. Thank you, Ms. Pasadine, for speaking on behalf of the new Somerset team. Thank you. I'm going to call on for Keisha. Keisha and...
Can everybody please stand?
Just you. So we're going to hand over just a small token of appreciation to our 3 heroines for that evening. On behalf of the DENOSA, Sister Van Wyk, thank you. On behalf of the DENOSA for Sister Olsen. And also for Sister Seal, thank you very much for your contribution.
One, two. Okay, immediately, without any further ado, we're going to call on Venti van Heerden, that will be coming to the front to lead in the nurses' pledge.
Greetings, family. Can we all stand? I am going to ask for the team that was right here now to come to the front again, even if it's down here. And then I'm going to ask Ms. Bassadine to hold the nurse's lamp for us. I salute you. There is more candles under your table, so you must have a candle. At this stage, I'm also going to ask us that all cell phones are off. This is indeed a sacred moment. If you have a candle, please let your candle be in your left hand, and then you raise your right hand. Florence Nightingale said a hospital should do a patient no harm. I want us to raise our candles and note that in this incident, 3 lives were lost. And so we bring in remembrance, Father, the 3 people that died. One, a very young police officer. And we ask, Holy Spirit, that you comfort those families. And we thank you, because indeed you needed to die so that we can have the Holy Spirit to be omnipresent and be the comforter. May their souls rest in peace, and knowing that we will see each other again. In Jesus' name, amen. We're all going to say just after me, I solemnly pledge myself to the service of humanity, and will endeavor to practice my profession with conscience and with dignity. I will maintain by all the means in my power the honor and noble traditions of my profession. The total health of my patients will be my first consideration. I will hold in confidence all personal matters coming to my knowledge. I will not permit consideration of religion, nationality, race, or social standing to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. I want you to raise your light and raise your right hand and say after me, so help me God. Father, I thank you that I can salute our nurses at this activity today. Thank you that you kept us in the palm of your hand. And I seal us off under the blood of Jesus Christ, from our heads to the soles of our feet, as we serve our patients. Father, that this will just not be another pledge, but that we will live it like the hero standing on this stage today. That our patient will always be our first consideration. Thank you. Comfort those that we have lost in this COVID time. And thank you that we have now crossed the start line, and we need to finish the finish line so that you can indeed say, well done, faithful servant. I appoint you over much. Nurses, let us live and bring back the basics. Let us never forget that we are dealing with a person. And as our Heavenly Father, we are having the closest job description to His. He came and touched the sick, and there's healing in our hands. As the previous person prayed, He doesn't have hands but yours and mine. He doesn't have feet but ours. He doesn't have a voice. Let us be the voice for our patients. Let us be our patients' advocate, and let us stand in oneness, because in oneness, God commands a blessing. We salute you. Receive that In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. We salute you. We bless you today. Be for your body with health and wellness. Health for your labor in the Lord is never in vain. Whether you do small, whether you great, He sees that and He will reward it openly. E for the word bless, emotionally, stay positive. Run the race with endurance. Getting up in the morning after 4, traveling to serve our community. Stay positive, stay praying as you move out of your houses. The world is evil, and we've seen enough of it. But if we pray, we know that God is faithful. The S, socially, remember every relationship matters. And like my Bushman would say, relationship about the rule, and she lives there daily. And the last is spiritually. May you have a relationship with Jesus Christ. May you know where you're going to spend eternity. Know that every patient we serve is body, mind, and spirit. We tend to look after the body. We forget the mind. And most importantly, we forget the spirit. So Yalke Christian Fellowship says, hospitals are sometimes the last stop before eternity. Let's make sure that we touch that part of our patients, hold their hand, and make sure that we don't just do nursing. Nursing is not just another career, but a calling from the Father above. I salute you, nurses. I salute each one of you. God bless you.
This song is
Amen.
dedicated
You can put out your candles.
to all those comrades
Amen.
who died fighting for freedom. May their soul rest in peace. All the freedom fighters, we will always remember you. Aluta continua.
At this point in time, I'm going to be calling on Emily Fasahi, that is the Deputy Chairperson of the province, that will be coming to the front quickly. Let's welcome Emily Fasahi, ladies and gentlemen. Where to?
Thank you so much. On behalf of the DENOSA, we have some gifts that we want to give for our guest. So I call upon the DENOSA executive. So Rochelle Sinwana, can you come up please? Lingisani Mani, our chairperson, Eleanor Roberts, and Lucas, and Margaret. And and of course myself. Firstly, Rochelle, you can come nearer. We call upon the Tsela, the two Tsela representatives. Can you come up, please? Ja, jy gee vir hulle daai twee rykers. Rochelle, verstaan jy wat iets sê? You can say something.
Okay, Griselda. Good afternoon, everybody. It is a very great privilege to hand over these gifts. I know that Sela from the time that I did courses in the labor law, and that Griselda was one of the tutor, and Felicia also the administrator. But I would love to say thank you that you were here and that you share this moment with us as a nurse. We know in that cell it was different types of unions. It was all kinds, pop crew and SACTU. It's a lot of unions to remember, but you know, most DENOSA was always the most visible union among us all. So thank you, Griselda. And Felicia, you were not only there for the Tsela for me, but you became a very close friend. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, the next one is Lungisani Mani. Melvin, can you come up, please?
Thank you very much, Mandla. Okay, two. Thank you very much, Nopala. Of course, in the Western Cape province, on behalf of DENOSA, are very honored to come and honor this Nurses Day. So on behalf of DENOSA, we say enjoy this token. Thank you very much. Mandla.
Thank you. Thank you, Nopala.
Okay, the next one, we call on the chairperson, and then we call on Dr. Mabuda.
Thank you, Dr. Mabuda. We are honored to give this to you as our Director of Western Cape College of Nursing. We are glad to have you here today to honor our nurses and also to remind us of our values of our profession that we need to instill in all of us as a principle, and also reminding us of our training shortages, and we're also reminding you of our demands that we did put forward, and we hope it's going to come through. But we will talk together on that, Mr. Mabuda. Thank you for everything that you do and mean for the DENOSA as a DENOSA member. Thank you.
I call upon Mr. Tutu. Mr. Tutu is also from government, so he's a colleague of Mr. Mabuda. Mr. Tutu, on behalf of the NOSA, viva the NOSA, viva! You must look up for our nurses, viva! Mr. Tutu, on behalf of our nurses, the NOSA, this is just a small token of appreciation to say thank you for what you are doing for our nurses. Thank you. Then we call on Mr. Umar from the council. Then we call on the PS, Mr. Jaco van Heerden.
Mr. Omar, on behalf of DENOSA, we just want to extend our appreciation for your contribution to ensuring that the agenda of nurses are advanced. We just want to say thank you.
Thank you so much. And then I call upon Comrade Lucas, one of the POBs. And then I call upon the NOB, Alida Portland.
Must I carry that? Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Thanks, National Treasurer. I think I just want to share something with you. She is the first NOB member from Western Cape Province. She made a history. Yes, she did make a history, and we appreciate it from Western Cape. And the sign of that is that there is an improved financial management in the organization. Even though I'm not asked to come and make political speech, but I have to say that because people that are sitting here are members of DENOSA. They are members that are paying DENOSA every month. So when you pay DENOSA every month, this comrade, she's the one who makes sure that your money is used effectively. She makes sure, she represents you. And then DENOSA is the only organization that you won't find it making a headline on newspapers about using the money of members incorrectly. We appreciate you, National Treasurer. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And then I called upon our I want to acknowledge our previous chairperson, Comrade Barbara Reiters, to come up, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. Margaret Dankers, Deputy Regional Secretary. For me, it is an honor. You rarely get the opportunity where women are leaders. And I am very privileged to have had leaders such as Barbara Reiters And now at the moment we have Alida Portland. So you see women, the workforce of women out there needs to be established. So we are represented by women, strong women. So they are not just leaders in the DENOSA Union, they are leaders in the institutions. Barbara Reiters hails from Grooteskier. And so Alida hails from George, which hospital again? So there you go. The regions is represented. So with this, I say thank you very much, Barbara Reiters, for everything you've done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. They are not the only people who's gonna get gifts. Each and every member today here is gonna get a gift. So I thank you.
We'd like to thank everybody that was part of the gift procession. At this point in time, I will just verify. Let's call Ms. Basadine from New Somerset Hospital. Ms. Basadine from New Somerset Hospital. Ms. Basadine, I was given the privilege and the honor on behalf of DENOSA to hand over this gift to you out of appreciation for the stand that you take and for the difference that you make in your profession. So thank you very much for making a difference. God bless you. Now, we are almost concluded. It's about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then we concluded. But keep in mind, in life, there's life and there's spirit. In the spirit, we are covered by God. But in the flesh, we need to be covered by Metropolitan or Sanlam. If you're not covered, my friend, your life will end without you leaving something behind to say to your family, there's some millions to say, carry on the generations. So I'm going to call on Salome quickly of Metropolitan to come and tell you quickly in a few minutes. She's quickly just going to have a word on behalf of Metropolitan. Remember, God covers you with his precious blood, but Salome will cover you financially. Metropolitan,
Good afternoon, everybody. Let's try again. Good afternoon, DENOSA. Is DENOSA in the house today? Viva DENOSA! Aman ladder. Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Salome. I'm representing Metropolitan together with my beautiful colleagues, Calvin, Elise, and Jemima. I'm not here today to preach the financial cover. I think Mr. Speaker already did that on our behalf. All I want to say on behalf of my colleagues, thank you for the privilege that we have today to share your International Nurses Day with you as a business partner. It's a privilege for us, and from Metropolitan side, we want to salute each and every DENOSA member, a nurse that is gracefully in a most difficult time took care of even my family members in your hospitals. And we want to say thank you for your dedicated, your hard work in one of the most difficult couple of years that we experienced. So I salute you, all DENOSA members, and thank you so much. Is everybody can just indicate if they completed a lucky draw form? If not, we will still come around and collect such a form to make sure you don't miss out on special prizes. And for more information to be covered financially in the flesh, you're welcome to make a turn by our table. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your day.
Right. So, guys and dolls, ladies and gentlemen, so they are going to collect some of the slips still. Then there will be a lucky draw. But once the thanks is done, and we're carrying on with the, because we need to eat. We need to eat. So once that is covered, they will still come on while you're having your meal, and we're going to do the lucky draw. Okay? Right now, what is so beautiful, we've got Kasatu, DENOSA, all the organization working hand in hand. Today is so beautiful, Metropolitan, Sanlam working hand in hand. Wow, wow, let's salute them for saying, look here, let's make a difference together. I'm going to call on the representative now of Sanlam, if they can make their way to the front. Tando. If Tando can swiftly make her way to the front. I also just want to ask that the PSCBC, that's Umang Parang, if you can also just make your way to the front immediately. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Tando from Sanlam. So I would like to say thank you for the invite. We really appreciate. And we also really appreciate because you are the lifesavers of all of us. So I would like to say thank you very much. So as Sanlam, we are here. So there's a table here. So we've got also some competition. So I I will hand over these papers to fill it. So, and then we're gonna have a lucky draw. So, in these forms, you can tick whatever product you want to like, you like it, because we've got a list of product that we have at Sanlam. So we really appreciate for the invite. So I will not say much. So thank you very much. I really appreciate. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Amanda, viva DENOSA, viva. My name is Tonelwa Kwenkwezi, and this is my colleague Tando. We coming from Sanlam in head office Belleville. Just to wrap up, he has said everything, so I won't dwell any further. We just want to thank everyone that has invited us on this moment, and mostly the DENOSA team that has also hosted this moment. As my colleague has said, you just need to complete these forms, then you just take whatever that you want, and we can just take it from there on withdrawing the prize giving as well. So the one message that we want to give out as Sanlam, we just want to say, live with confidence, knowing that you are covered with your family, your extended family, your immediate family. So we're all here to live for that. Amanda. Thank you.
Let's welcome Mr. Parang to the platform. Can we give a good round of applause, people?
Thank you, Program Director, for this nice tall mic stand. Viva the beautiful nurses of DENOSA, viva! Viva the beautiful souls of the nurses of DENOSA, viva! Leadership of DENOSA, all our dignitaries, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to appreciate the invitation to be part of this important meeting in the calendar of the nursing profession. Nurses play a significant role in our healthcare system. They are the backbone of every healthcare system, which is at the center of our socio-economic development of the entire global community, including our beautiful country, South Africa. The PSCBC is involved in many corporate social responsibility initiatives to support nurses that operate in our community. It is important that we as an organization get involved in the communities that we operate in and make a difference in the lives of our fellow citizens. On the special Nurses Day event, I want to particularly express our gratitude to all the nurses for the outstanding work that you are doing, especially in these difficult times that has posed such a challenge for all of us. Over and above the known challenges that nurses, particularly in the public sector, experience on a daily basis, you have continued to remain committed to the cause and unreservedly rose to the occasion even during the daunting times presented by the global COVID-19 pandemic. I can only imagine the psychological impact of the coronavirus pandemic for you as health professionals due to the high level of exposure, the increased pressure as a result of workload, long hours, and working in high-risk environments. Providing care to a very high standard and leading from the front is absolutely imperative and something which you do every day. On behalf of the PSCBC, I would like to let you know that we recognize your worth. We respect all your efforts and persistence to go the extra mile to provide the best care that you can in your respective role with limited resources that you have. We all go through difficulties and challenges on a daily basis. Nurses, especially without support, when you grieve for the patients that you have lost whilst under the care, but you still wake up every morning, put a smile on your face, and soldier on, mostly without appreciation. We appreciate you. We only do so because it is well with our souls. Nurses, we value you and we thank you.
One, two. Thank you, Mr. Barang. Can we give him another round of applause? Thank you very much for your partnership with DENOSA. It's highly appreciated. We will now continue. We're going to call on Simone that will be representing Old Mutual. Quickly, let's give Old Mutual an awesome round of applause.
It's quite high. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Simone America. I'm from Old Mutual. I'm one of the branch managers. And this is Zon Geland, and the lady at the back is Tovia. So we Old Mutual, we're here to support all the nurses. We've been doing this rally for the past 3 weeks, and we just want to say thank you on behalf of Old Mutual and I think the whole of South Africa for what you've been doing. And just the reason why we're here is ultimately to support you, because in your working hours, you can't always ask the questions that you need to ask Old Mutual if you are one of our clients. So at the back, we do have an information table. We also have some lucky draws. And then also, we've launched new products in COVID. So if you want to know more about Old Mutual Protect, that is a cover that you can tailor-make for yourself and your family. So once again, thank you from Old Mutual and South Africa, I think, on behalf of our corporate entity as well. So enjoy your lunch, and thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Letsatsi. We will now have Letsatsi's representatives come to the platform. Thank you. Can I please request from the nurses that are sitting here, this is the partners. The partners play a role in making everything we do also a success. So when they speak, show them the respect, because some people were still talking now as if, look here, this is not part, this is part of the program. And we need to show respect because they help us make it happen. Okay? So can I ask the people on this side, please, for the next few minutes, when you keep quiet, when somebody speaks, you're respecting that person that God created. Okay? Thank you for your cooperation.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Letsatsi Finance, and my name is Sidwell. I'm with my colleagues. I have my senior manager here. Her name is Confidence. And then those are two of our colleagues again, it's Sisanda and Setu. We are Letsatsi, we are a financial service provider. We do assist in various ways. We do have policies, financial assistance, credit clinic. I know most of you work in clinic. You know, in terms of diagnosis, we do diagnose your credit report and try to find various ways to actually assist you as members to clear those judgments and everything. But today we are not just here to present our product, but then to show support. There will be time whereby maybe we might appear on your various places of work, whereby we will make proper presentations, liaising with the shop stewards and everything. But then today, because of time, because we are requested to honor this moment and the time, we will just like to say thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for welcoming us. Amandla.
Thank you.
To all the partners, that is Metropolitan, Salome and a team. I know you guys wanted to give some gifts away. Once we done the vote of thanks, we will definitely look at that opportunity as well. Sanlam, same to you, as well as all the other corporates as well. Thank you for partnering with us. Right now, we will be doing the cake cutting. We're going to cut the body of the nurse, the cake body. We're going to cut the nurse in pieces. Then we're going to eat the nurse. shame the nurse is laying quiet. Just take a photo before she get cut. If you got a camera, who's bleeding? Oh, the cake is bleeding. Two. Right now we're going to have Lucas to do the vote of thanks, and then it is ngam 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 time. If we can just have your attention, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Program Director. Thanks, Program Director, for your wonderful job. Thanks, Program Director, for your wonderful job. Thank you. We really appreciate. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to each and everyone that came and blessed our event. This is not a DENOSA event, but it's a NESIS event. To NOB members or member, we really want to appreciate your presence, and I hope you will travel safe to wherever you are going. To Dr. Mabuda and your team in our presence, we want to say thank you for always blessing our event. To the former leaders of DENOSA, I don't want to say led by Comrade Barbara, we want to say thank you for your presence. Thank you for not forgetting us. Thank you for not forgetting the profession. And wherever you are, please think and pray for nurses. I'm not allowed to make a political speech anyway, because I'm here to close. But when I see Comrade Barbara, she reminds me of some of the conversation that we once had in our meetings. And that conversation was about the appointment of what we call home-based carer in our hospital. We are celebrating Nurses Day today. I'm sorry to hijack this, Comrade Barbara, but we have to say it, that Department of Health Western Cape, they have decided to what I can call dilute nursing profession. They have done that by introducing, during the COVID anyway, because everyone during the COVID want a staff. So when we cry for a staff, they add what we call home-based carer to be part of nursing profession. It's one of the most painful things as a nurse while we are celebrating Nurses Day today. That our profession, we can able to take anyone from street and become part of us in rendering nursing care. It doesn't matter in what form. It doesn't matter whether someone is washing a patient or feeding the patient. But immediately when you touch the patient, you need to be a registered person. I repeat, immediately when you touch patient Dr. Mabuda, you need to be a registered person. It's some of the things that DENOSA, we have a responsibility to protect our profession. We do have a responsibility to protect our profession and not allow anyone to dilute our profession, to become a profession of every Jim and Jack. Comrade Melvin, you know you run COSATU. You will never find pop crew member recruiting the security to work in any police station. Sorry for making political speech. You will never find even a mere security stamping our copy of our ID at any police station. When you enter police station, you will find a police or a sergeant doing that. Why? Because they are protecting their profession. It's our responsibility as nurses to fight back and say that nurses is for nurses. We pay a lot of money to South African Nursing Council to be recognized as nurses. Then why do we have people that are home-based carer be part of us? We have a lot of unemployed young people out there that can be trained to be assistant nurses and work in our hospital and relieve pressure that we have. But then we have the government that implement shortcut. I'm not here to talk more about that. My responsibility is to say, Comrade Melvin, nursing profession also want you guys to come and become part of our problems. In solving our problems, the issue of securities in our hospitals, it's a problematic. We are celebrating what happened at New Somerset Hospital. But if there were a proper measures in place, maybe we could have not been talking about this. Comrade Chairperson. We have a lady that has been shot in Johannesburg by police officers. She was shot inside the hospital premises. But if there were a proper security in that hospital, that nurse, she could have been working today. We need to talk about Nurses Day, not just only about what kind of uniform are we going to wear next year. When we talk about the benefit of nurses, let's talk about the wellness of nurses in our working environment. To comrades that are still going to travel far, may the good God protect you and then have safe trip. I hope next year when we celebrate Nurses Day, Mr. Mabuda will be telling us, Dr. Mabuda, will be telling us this is what we have achieved since our last Nurses Day. As nurses, I thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Treasurer. And without further ado, the NOSA Western Cape, from our office and our leaders, we declare this speeches closed. And now it's time for fun and eating. Thank you.
One, two. Okay, sorry. Can I have your attention? I see everybody jumping up. There's a system in place even with the food. Okay? It's not free run, everybody just grab, no. So this half will be going to the back. We're going to start with the back tables because it's easier. And then work it to the front, okay? So it will be first that table I'm indicating to. Then it will be the table in the corner. Then it will be the middle table. Same format. First this table, that table, then the middle table. Okay?
Sorry, I just need to call the program manager to order. We will start from this side. Yes, yes, okay. Okay, but we start from the side through.
So this side here, now welcome. This side here, this is by that buffet at the back, okay? So this side here, we will start with the main table, okay? On this side. That side, you follow the routine that side, but the main table, you can first go, our leaders, and then after that, we will follow the protocol to the next table, middle table, two side tables, middle table, right through. Thank you. Thank you, Yaku. Special thank you also to Mr. Godfrey Vollenweven, one of our celebrities here today. Thank you to you as well as Graham, another big celebrity here today, behind the camera. One, two. Just an announcement. Keep in mind, those who are Muslim, the food is halal. The food is halal. You may proceed peacefully. Thank you.
Qu'est-ce que tu vas chercher? Le bien par le mal, la vertu par le vice. Sale, dis-moi, pourquoi l'évangile du mal? Quelle est ta religion? Où sont tes fidèles?
Mm.